Hello, welcome to this week's weekly forecast. Go kick off with Kiwi. This is a weekly chart. Want to draw your attention to this resistance trend line, and we are reacting off here, but also want to draw this nice confluence of support and resistance. This level has been key throughout the market for some time, and we can see the support here, support, resistance, and once we got below resistance again. So let's just zoom in, and you can see on the weekly time frame we had a weekly close retest, and it's looking quite bearish. So all I'm looking for is selling opportunities down to the next key level of support, which is here, indicated by this bounce here and these candles here. Last week, let's go down into the daily, and you can see a little bit clearer what I'm looking for. We also have this structure break as well, adding confluence. We broke, retested it, and looks to be going south. So last week I was looking at it, but as you know, last week was quite choppy, didn't really go anywhere, no direction. I like to implement Monday's lows if I can. Monday's range was just too big to get any sort of risk to reward, but saying that, price just went sideways. I'll be looking again for this to unfold, and we'll see if we can get a trading opportunity. Obviously, if we start closing above here on a daily time frame, I'll not be interested in this anymore, but it is one of the key things that I'm looking at this week. All the signs are pointing down, and that's exactly what I'll be looking for. Similar with pound, if we go to the weekly chart, we were looking at support and resistance, this level. If I can just draw this in, quite simple. You can see the support, and then we tested that. But also, if we go down into the daily time frame, we had two previous highs here and here acting as resistance. So if you go back and watch the last week's video, you'll notice that I said if we get a retest of this level, it'd be nice to look for selling opportunities. Also, if you miss the opportunity up here, you could probably implement Monday's range, and I did put that into the group as a selling opportunity. Let's go down and look at it. On the H1, obviously Monday's low acting as resistance, entered here, stop just above these highs, and didn't really get the run that I was looking for. I was looking for a bit of a more push down, but obviously that might happen this week. But at the moment it's sort of in the middle of nowhere, so if you're not in, I would suggest not to chase this, because we're in the middle of nowhere. What I like to be trading is key levels, so key here and here. If it comes down, I'll look for buying opportunities here. If we get a retest of here, then I'll look for selling opportunities, and we'll just be stuck between this range until we break out, and that's basically how I'll be playing it. Similar sort of scenario in EURUSD. Last week I pointed out this level of resistance, and obviously it goes further back here, but if you just look at price recently, we sold off heavily before here, so as mentioned last week, what you don't want to be doing is buying straight into these levels. You just look for a reversal. I like to do that at areas where we sold off before, and you're looking for sort of history to repeat itself. We'll go down into the daily, and we can see what's happening now. So we're sort of in the area between these highs and these structure highs here. So we had resistance here and support over here, so these are the next levels. If we do get a pullback, then I could look to sell this. I don't want to be buying it straight into previous highs, so yeah, keeping an eye on that. Kiwi is probably the favourite, that's why I put it up first. It still hasn't moved as far as pound euro, so maybe that'll catch up. But these are the levels that I'm looking at on EURUSD anyway, something to keep an eye on throughout the week. Euro pound now, getting interested. It's daily chart. Draw your attention to just the support and resistance area here, and even once we broke below here, we can zoom in to more price action closer to home. We did buy euro pound in the group here last week. we can see it was retesting this support, and we also had this trend line coming in acting as confluence, and we did buy that, and that was quite a nice trade up to just these structure highs. Now what's happening at the moment, we've broke above it, so any retest I'll be looking to get involved to the upside, mainly just to take out probably this high. As you can see, the reaction that we've had once we did, you can see once we got back below that, that was a key level. So retest, and that will be the area that I'll be looking for. But just keep an eye in case we get a false break and we get a daily close back below, then this is trapping buyers, and we just go with what the market's telling us and flip our bias and get involved to the downside. Dollar CAD, let's move on to that. We were buying this based off this support and resistance area, and you can see we did get quite the nice reaction, and it was quite a nice trade. So where is it now? We had this initial push, we're getting this sideways movement for another push maybe, and that's what I'm looking for. We also have this little trend line that I'm looking at. We've got a nice reaction off it, so support, we have resistance here, and now it's just using it as support. So while it's above there, I'll be looking for buying opportunities in dollar CAD. The most logical area to take price off is these previous lows, just support and resistance. So let's see if we can get involved in that. It's looking quite clean, quite nice. I do like the look of dollar CAD, and it's probably up there with Kiwi in terms of nice clean technicals. Let's move on to Aussie New Zealand. We've had this on our chart for some time. Let's just go out to the weekly chart so you can see a little bit better. Obviously what we have on our charts is this downward channel, so you can see price is going in this movement, so we're looking for the next leg down. Obviously it doesn't have to go like that, you know, these break out or whatever, but let's just have a look at what price is telling us. Well, here you can see quite a bearish weekly candle, and what also is quite nice is that it happened at a previous swing point. Now if you've been following me for a while, you know that I like to trade swing points and look for the reversals there. So let's go down into the daily and just mark out our support and resistance level. You can see these levels hold quite the significance. Support, resistance, support, and we broke below it, and looking for some bearish price action now to get involved. Obviously with a lot of pairs last week, we just wasn't getting involved. We can down into the H1, we look at Monday's range, you can see that it was from here to here. It's far too big for any trade, and we just went sideways. So looking for maybe some downside on this week. We have been quite patient with this, but that's what you have to do in trading. It's just not going to be, just because you see a pattern, it doesn't mean it's going to happen that week. So we've retested. Let's see if we can get the push to the downside. This probably be a swing trade I'll be looking to hold. Incidentally, pound New Zealand is coming into an area. I'll start off in the lower time frames. I want to draw your attention to this little channel. If we can break above this level, I'll be looking to buy this. And now let's go out to the weekly, and you can see exactly where I'm coming from. So we first of all have this structure on its own, means nothing, but we've bounced every time we've hit it. So we've just hit that, but also we have this weekly swing point. If I can just zoom in, this swing point here lined up with support and resistance area. So back above that, we'll break out of the channel on the lower time frames, and we could potentially get a nice run to the upside. Now, just because I'm looking for that doesn't mean can it break on a weekly time frame and retest and go lower, take out that. Exactly. If it does that, then I'll be on that side looking for that. But at the moment, it hasn't done that. It hasn't indicated that it's going to do that. So at the moment, I'm still looking for bullish signs. If I get it, then I'll step in. It's plain and simple as that. Similar with New Zealand CAD, waiting for some sort of signal to get involved. We've sold off heavily before here and here, and this swing point, we also have taken out this swing point, and we've just went sideways. at the moment, but looking for some bearish price action to come in to get involved to the downside. I did put out a little video on Twitter saying price is just stuck between these two levels, ranging at the moment. So if we can get H1 close, daily close, then I'll be looking to sell that just based off the higher time frames and just what the structures tell me at the moment. Let's just pause for a second. I want to bring your attention to the website. I've added a new section and it's trades and analysis. You can see if you click up here, a lot of people get in touch about also the membership, saying that they can't really afford it at the moment, but they'd be interested in me sharing my trade ideas, my analysis, the levels that I get. So this is going to be a little video every morning, just what I'm expecting, and then if any trade ideas present themselves, then I'll put them into this page. So if you want to get involved in that, you can send me a little email. I'll send you more details. It's going to look like this, just the instrument, the time frame, and what I'm looking for, entry, stop and target. So yeah, I'll be excited to get that out there and see what you guys think. So going back to the charts, let's have a little look at CAD yen, coming into quite a nice level, if I do not say so myself. You can see support here, resistance, 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 and while it's above here as support, I'll be looking for buying opportunities just up to the next key level. That's what we'll be looking for. If we break down, obviously, then prices tell me that it wants to go lower. So just while it's at such a key level here and here, you can see the significance. Sold off heavily here, and once it got above, there was no real stopping it. So quite a violent pullback, so we might just go like this for quite some time, but I'll be looking for buying opportunities if price stays above there. So quite a nice level on CAD yen. Euro yen is sort of similar. If we go to the weekly, let's zoom in, we do have this channel, here, and we're just retesting it. So we also have support and resistance going through here, so quite a lot of confluence, but what does sort of throw me off is how fast this pullback has been. Is it just going to break below here and go lower? Waiting for Monday to unfold, waiting to see what price action we get, and that will tell the story. But we are at a sort of a turning point for Euro yen. Is it going to come back up? We'll have to wait and see. Incidentally, it was quite nice, this swing point where we were looking for buying opportunities. Swing point into key support is also a nice thing to look for when you're looking to do business. Just incidentally, we had the opposite, swing point into key resistance, and that's where you look for selling opportunities. So at the moment we're at key support, resistance, and we have the confluence of this trend line. So let's just see if we get a bullish price action to get involved to the upside, but I just want to draw your attention to that. Let's just finish on Kiwi yen and dollar Swiss. Kiwi yen looking similar to New Zealand, or Kiwi, obviously, for obvious reasons. We have this daily structure break. We also have daily support and resistance here. So if we're looking to be buyers of this, you need it above here, and then that'll come up, take this high and maybe this gap. But at the moment it's looking quite bearish, and I'll be looking for this area to come into play quite soon. It's just support and resistance, that's the next key level. There's nothing really stopping it from going down there since we've broke below, retested that. So that's what I'll be looking for, selling opportunities on New Zealand yen, and Kiwi is probably the cleanest. Let's look at dollar Swiss just to finish off. Nothing spectacular on it, but if we do come up and retest these lows, obviously looking for selling opportunities to take out the swing low that formed, or if we get a daily close back inside, then that will give us confidence to start buying dollar Swiss up into these key areas. So that's your lot for this week. Quite a lot to get through. All the levels will be put into that trade ideas group, and anything I take I will let you know. So wishing you the best of luck for this week. Anything that I can help you with, any questions, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and wishing you all the best.